almost went to Mike almost transferred when he was in high school. He almost transferred to Hardin Academy. He almost transferred that or transferred to Overton. He was about to do that because with basketball and Coach Johnson and all that, he was tripping. So that was that. And then I almost went to Christian Brothers to play football because the football coach saw us at practice at Wooddale Middle, and my dad was there at practice that day, and he saw that he liked the way I practiced and everything. He told my dad, he was like, I think he could come over here and play football with us. And that was going to happen, but then after a while, my dad was like, all right, bro, just go to Wooddale. So I ended up going.
One of my cousins played at Christian Brothers when we were in high school and everything. Did that. But yeah, high school. High school was cool. I had fun cheering, and I always was going to Wooddale High School. I didn't want like at that time, like in middle school, like I know a lot of people like because again that's when we lost some or we gained them back. Mm-hmm. So like going into ninth grade, either you went to Wooddale High School or you ended up going to Kirby, Sheffield, Ridgeway, Germantown, Southwind somewhere, or you went off to Ridgeway Middle or something like that, Colonial, and then you came back to Wooddale.
Right.
So I wanted to go to Wooddale. I didn't care. I was like, I want to go to Wooddale, be with all my friends I've been with all these years and stuff. And then I remember I left middle school. Every time we got out of middle school, we had to go to the high school. Claudia, Chelsea, all of us and everything. We used to go to the high school to try out for cheerleading there. Because we had to do practice and stuff and condition over the summertime. Then we made the team, and that's how I did the cheering, started in ninth grade. So, yeah, I wouldn't change that. I love Wooddale High School. So.
That's how the football coaches did with us. They came, Coach Moore called all of us that played football there. They called all of us into the weight room. And then the coaches on the high school came in and talked to us. And they like, when we're going to start practice, when we're going to do this and all that, because we had to go over the summer too. So we was like.
Yeah, I had the camps and stuff too.
Yeah, so we had to get ready for that too, even though half of them didn't even, because Leonard ended up going to Ridgeway, and
he did. Yeah, Leonard did go to Ridgeway.
Yeah, Leonard ended up going to Ridgeway. Reggie went to Wooddale with us, but then he ended up going to Ridgeway. So a couple folks went to White Station, Southwind, and all that. They ended up going there, but we had a few that ended up just going up to Wooddale with us. But yeah, football. Going into the ninth grade year, it was different too.
It was turned.
It was turned, but
it was fun. Ninth grade year was like a lot of
fun. If you could rank your years, what would be your best year to your worst year?
Oh, I wouldn't say I had a worst year, but I can say maybe like
least favorite.
The least favorite. I don't know. Probably, I would just say 10th grade. And the reason I say 10th grade because I can't remember anything distinctively that was fun. Like I wouldn't say it was my worst year. Yeah. It was just 10th grade. Like ninth grade, it was fun. It was turned because I remember the previous year when we was at the middle school. That's when they kept pulling the fire alarm. I was like, man, they ain't never in school. We can't wait to go to high school because they gonna pull the fire alarm. And they did a little bit of that too our ninth grade year. So ninth grade year was fun. 10th grade year, it's kind of faint. Like I remember it, but it was nothing that was like, oh my gosh. And then 11th grade was cool, and 12th grade was, of course, fun. That's senior year, so. But, yeah, so I would say 9 and 12th will be tied for first, and then 11, and then 10.
Yeah, I mean, with ninth grade year, it was, like I said, in 8th grade, they had, they pulled a fire alarm every day. It was fights every day. They had a big seven fight day outside where it was fights everywhere. The teacher got to fight with the student. It was a whole bunch of big fight out there. Ambulance and Blue Crushers on speed dial because it was like that for us when we got to high school. They was on speed dial every day.
What I can say is when Mr. Cal became principal, all of that like ceased.
It started trending down somewhat. Blue Crush was still there all the time.
So they were still there, but it wasn't like nothing like just going on like riots and fights and stuff. Like ninth grade year, it was like when we were in 8th grade, looking out the window at the high school, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Grade year, and I think there was Mr. Banks was the principal.
I hated Mr. Banks.
It was crazy. 10th grade year when Mr. Cal came, I think he came out 10th grade year, 10, 11, 12th grade. Like we still had stuff, but it was like coming.
Yeah.
It was not out of control. Our 10th through 12th grade year, because 8th grade before we got there, in 9th grade, they would turn. It was a lot going on.
Yeah.
But Mr. Cal, he came in. He was a really great principal.
Well, Mr. Cal already knew what's the name of them too. He knew the seniors our sophomore year.
Yeah, and then he had a lot of our siblings. Like he had my brother. He knew my brother.
Yeah, so he taught. That was his last 8th grade class. Was Mike and them, my brother and them. That was his last 8th grade class with their middle. So he knew all of them when he came back. He was like, "Oh yeah, I know all y'all." So it was easy for them.
He was a really, really great principal. Yeah. I love Mr. Cal.
If I could rank my years, my favorite year was freshman year. Favorite year was freshman year because it was dumb stupid and with the
9th grade was so fun.
It was so fun. It was fights every day, almost every day. It was stupid stuff. I remember I'm talking about seeing a puddle of blood at the bottom of the steps. I remember seeing that. I
don't remember that.
Yeah, I was like, somebody got stomped out. And I'm talking about.
I do not remember somebody having a puddle of blood in school. Are you sure that happened?
I promise you.
That's crazy. It was. I remember that, and I don't even remember hearing anything like that.
It was a big fight, and somebody got kicked in the head, like somebody got stomped. And I remember going past, and they had the what's the name? They had the slippery when wet. They put that down around it. You know what?
Somebody got to find, they did like a mace, like they mace up like or whatever. So we went on lockdown or something, and I remember we were in Coach Stewart's class, and like because everybody started coughing, it was like what's going on?
Yeah, I got. That's when what's the name got fighting? That's when Wheezy, aunt cousin, and Terrius. And Terrius and them, they got the fighting. It was a jumping going on, everything. They got the fighting, and they running back and forth. And the police, I forgot his name.
They threw some mace bombs in the school because it started seeping through.
Yeah, he was like this.
On the first floor. That was crazy.
He had
and I was coughing, and I didn't even get. No one got in our classroom. No one got sprayed directly. It was just the aftermath, which was crazy.
Nah, I caught some of that because the mace, the police officer, he had the mace. He's like, he's saying it knowing nobody is listening. He said, if y'all don't stop fighting in the next 10 seconds, I'm spraying everything. Don't nobody understand what he's saying. That he shook it and he let it go. And then everybody in that thing, because I was taking Stan Bell class at the time, and it was right next to the library, so that's where the fight happened. I remember Chicago's shirt was drenched. It was orange because tear gas turned orange. Yeah, tear gas, that's orange. It's orange. That my whole shirt was that color. I was like, yeah. So 9th grade year, and then Mr. Banks got knocked out. And he got a pole got thrown through his windshield. So
I don't even remember that.
Oh yeah, he had a big pole through the windshield. And it was during the night. It was a basketball game that night. By the time the basketball game started, he had a brand new windshield. But it was a big pole through the windshield. And I remember that year the football team got suspended because of the concession stand. So it was a lot. So I love 9th grade year. My second favorite year was actually sophomore year because I started varsity. So that was personal for me. I started varsity. I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling myself a little bit more as far as my school was going good. I was starting varsity football as a sophomore. I was messing with people like in different schools. It was a lot going on. I had a good time my sophomore year. And then I like 9th grade year. Go back to 9th grade year. I like that better too because we was the last class to fully be in the school with the upperclassmen. Because our next year they had the freshman academy.
The annex building. It was the freshman academy. The big together for 9th grade, yeah.
We was the last ones in the school together. Everybody in school together.
I like it together like that. I wouldn't, if I was in 9th grade, I would not want to be in no academy building over there all day.
But if you took optional classes with us, you really wasn't over there. Most of the, like Regina wasn't over there. They was over there taking class with us.
Yeah, because I remember even in 9th grade, I took classes with like I had classes like
Sophomores.
Holly and Taylor and stuff. Well, we cheered together and everything.
I took geometry. Yeah, I took geometry with 10th graders and 11th grade taking geometry.
Yeah,
So,
I did
yeah.
too.
My
so even if we were over there, it would have been just like all the kids that's like for Jay, David, Shakendra, and all them.
They took all the classes with us. Yeah, so but everybody else was stuck over there. I was like, yeah, can't do that. And then my third favorite year was senior year, because senior year was to me like, you watch a TV show, you know it's the last season. You know it's the last season of a TV show. That's how I felt like senior year was. It was smooth. It was chill. It wasn't nothing like spectacular was gonna happen. It was just, we ready to get the hell up out of here.
It was sad though.
It was.
Like, dang, because it's like we actually, because I'm not gonna lie, like 12th grade, like graduating and stuff. I would say like, damn, I be going to college. Everybody going like separate ways and stuff. But I mean, other than that,
and it was sad for me because I was ready to get out. Don't get me wrong, I was ready to get out of high school, but it was sad to the fact of I won't be around y'all no more. It was like the folks that I met in high school, I was like, okay, I met these folks for like 3 or 4 years. Like you and Vassy and Teresa and all them, I was like, we've been together 10 years.
Yeah.
We've been together like 10 years now. We all separate and we all got to go these separate ways. It was tough. And then my work.
That was sad because it's like everybody like go different ways. It's not like, oh, next year we all going to the same school or be in the same area, but everybody like went off to school and stuff and did their own thing.
I'm talking about half was in Memphis. I went to Martin. Y'all went to MT. Got folks to go TSU. Had a couple people go to Knox. It was like we was everywhere. I ain't know anybody who went to Chat. I don't remember anybody that went to Chat.
I know. Well, I said Chat, but they didn't go to Woodell, so they don't count. But
yeah, outside of one Tisha, that's the only one I knew that went to Chat. But yeah, that was. And then my least favorite was junior year. Junior year, I was just like, bro, it was boring. Junior year was so boring to me. It was like the seniors, they were all right, but they weren't really like talking about nothing. And then we took all those tests. I was like, bro, I'm tired of this.
I have to hate. I'm like, I don't even know the kids even like participate in standardized tests. I don't think that's a thing no more. But I used to hate like TCAP, the writing assessment, all this stuff was annoying.
I hated it.
It was so annoying. Like all the prep for it. It was
ASVAB and taking all this. Like, bro, I don't.
ACT and stuff.
That's the only beneficial one that I had to take.
That's the only one that's beneficial because you have to get it. Do kids have to use ACT or SAT scores to get in college?
Some schools are suspended in that. Some schools getting rid of it.
That ain't fair. They need that.
Right. We had to. I was like, I took it twice.
Yeah, because I know we did the practice one. We did a couple of practice ones, and then
we did the free one they gave us, and then I took another one that summer. I got a 19 twice. After I got that 19 that second time, I was like, I'm done. Yeah, I wasn't.
And by that time, I already got accepted to like all my schools I applied for, so I was like.
And my GPA already high, so I was like, bro, I'm not really.
It was really the point of your GPA was super high, and you had at least over a 15 for your ACT, like you were gonna get accepted into that school.
Yeah.
But the higher your ACT score, the better chances when it comes like scholarships and stuff.
Right. I mean, because I got the lottery scholarship and all that, but I mean, everybody got that. It was getting all the other ones.
Yeah, I had some other ones. I don't remember the name of them, but I had some other ones too. Nah. I just remember the lottery because everybody got that one.
Right. And I was like, man, but looking at high school, I loved it. I mean, love playing football. Being on the football team was probably some of the biggest highlights I had in high school. It was fun. Then kicking it with y'all, kicking it with the cheerleaders and at the football games. Plus, we were winning my first 2 years. Yeah. My third year was cool, and senior year was just trash because all of them they had bad grades, but it is what it is. But yeah, my first 2 years, freshman and sophomore year, football was so fun.
Yeah, I like 12th grade. My highlights were, of course, cheering and stuff. Miss Jones and all them. I love Miss Jones. Like being involved in like activities and homecoming and seeing superlatives, yearbook, all that. Like all that stuff is fun. Like it's so crazy because I still have like all like my cheer trophies and crowns and sashes and stuff. I still have all of that. Like I never like more so my parents have all that, but it's still there. But that was I had good times in high school. I wouldn't change it. Like I said, Wooddale, regardless of like what press and coverage we got or the little incidents we had. Because another thing too, when Wooddale had a fight, it made the news or something. However, there are other schools in other areas that had fights and stuff that didn't make the news. So I feel like they're just a part of you're gonna have a fight or a riot or something at school.
But we had some big ones. I remember when the little kids said the football team jumped them. Didn't happen. That didn't happen. The big gang war that happened. That's what made us stop wearing colors to school. And I used to wear a hat to school all the time. We couldn't wear hats no more. Mr. Kyle, he actually caught me one time and took my hat. And then he was supposed to get to me at the end of the year. He ended up getting to somebody else. But he ended up buying me another one. He just bought me another one. I love Miss Kyle. Miss Kyle was the best.
Yeah, I love Miss Kyle. It's one of my favorite principal administrators too.
Yeah, I love it.
Like super cool. But yeah, like I was saying, like with Wooddale, like I feel like we have a lot a lot of successful men and women to come out of our school, successful careers, with school, went off to college, doing big things, done big things, like us being successful in what we do and stuff, as well as a lot of successful students too that didn't even go to college and still doing well for themselves. I see like on social media stuff. I'm really proud of our like class of 2013 and the other classes that's after and then before it too, because I feel like I said, we did a really good job, and with our teachers and stuff that we had, and everybody may try to say like, oh, the work wasn't. No, our teachers were on us. They made sure we did what we were supposed to do. They stuck to the curriculum. They challenged us, and I'm pretty sure if you would have put any of us in any other school, that we would exceed above and beyond all expectations.
Because the thing that everybody was, that I can probably tell, everybody was firm, but they were fair.
Yeah.
They were firm. They was really firm. They was on, but they was fair. They didn't.
I don't even lie, because if I was a teacher, because I know I've said that before, like to my friend, but oh my gosh, Kellye, you tell me. No, if I was a teacher, like when it comes to rounding grades or getting the extra point, I don't care what sport you play. I don't care who you think you are. If you're gonna come to my class and act a fool and flat out not doing the work, why the hell would I give you an extra point?
Yeah, if you're
trying. If you're literally trying or something, I round you up. I give you the
and I know you're trying. And I know you're trying. You've been trying. Yeah. But yeah.
Teacher, like I would love my students and treat them like the kids that I don't have. But I'm saying, like, if it comes like you're coming to my class, and first of all, if I was a teacher, I'd be like Miss Parker Bradley, somebody, we ain't finna have that. But if you come to my class and act a fool, why would I give you that extra point? I don't care about you crying. I don't care about your mama or your dad coming up there. That is not gonna faze me. I don't care. You feel well.
If you've been acting up, I'm not helping you.
I'm not helping you. Now, if I see you, even if you like you've been trying and you kind of gave up and stuff, I still mess with you. But you're not gonna come to my classroom and act a fool and think I'm gonna pass you with an extra point. No, sorry.
If you acting up, you gonna fail. I ain't studying that. But if you come in trying to do your work, asking for help and something like that, I'm gonna help you out if I can help you out. That's how I graduated, because Mr. Flowers messed with us and told us, even on this last test, if you don't pass it, you still gonna get like a 70, 72 or something.
You would always go by the lowest grade and do that little
and curve it.
Yeah, curve
it. And when he told me you still, no matter what, you still get like a 72 or 70, I was like, that's all I need to get up out of here.
I'm not even gonna lie. If that was the case, I wouldn't even tell my students that, because I feel like people would be on some, like you said, like I ain't finna try. I don't even care. But,
well, he told the seniors that because we was getting up out of there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was making sure we didn't have to go to summer school.
I went to Mr. Flowers for calculus and trig.
I took him for geometry, calculus, and trig.
Geometry, I can't remember that man. It was a teacher I had for my geometry, Mr. Fletcher.
Oh, I remember Mr. Fletcher. I do remember Mr. Fletcher.
I didn't have Mr. Flowers.
Yeah, I had Mr. Flowers.
Though I had him as my honors teacher.
Yeah, I had Mr. Flowers.
What was Coach Stewart?
Algebra 2.
What was Algebra 1? No, Algebra 1 was Mr. Fletcher.
No, Algebra 1 was Miss Daly in 8th grade. We took Algebra.
Oh yeah, we did take that in middle school because we were in an optional honors thing. Yeah.
Side note, Miss Daly. I loved Miss Daly.
I love Miss Daly too.
Miss Daly kept it real. She kept it 100 every time.
I remember they were the group of girls, like they were doing like a 10-second thing in the restroom, and she came in there and like busted everyone out and stuff, and she like settled down to long talk with all of us. It was a lot.
10 seconds was legit real. I was like, 10 seconds was real. Folks come back with busted lips.
This whole game that's stupid.
Busted lips, fat lips. Everybody come back. Folks holding their mouth like this because they got popped in the mouth.
Trouble and stuff like that was 10 seconds. That's crazy.
Yeah, that one. Oh, we used to gamble too. Get like me. Oh yeah, we was gambling.
I remember that. What is like sometimes you flip the dollar or something.
Flip the coin. Flip the coin. Yep, did that. I remember they did that. Shooting dice in the bathroom. It was a whole bunch of stuff going on. But I was like, what you expect? Everybody staying in class. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then high school. Yeah, I had Mr. Flowers 3 out of 4 years for math, and I had Coach Stewart. And algebra 2 was, man, that was tough. Coach Stewart was tough.
I just don't like math, period.
Me too. Then I remember 9th grade year was fun too, because the teachers I remember Mr. Abraham for English.
Oh my gosh, I used to love Mr. Abraham. He was so cool and chill.
Because he didn't care. We ran that class.
I hope he's doing well. I used to love Mr. Abraham. That was one of my favorite teachers.
Mr. Abraham.
Oh, I love Mr. Babb too, Spanish.
That class I was in with Mr. Babb for Spanish with.
I love my Spanish. I love Spanish class. I can't remember, was it Spanish 2? I
took it in Spanish 1. I took Miss what's her name? Miss Shock. I took Miss Shock for Spanish 2. And I took Mr. Babb for Spanish 1.
Where was Miss Velasco?
I don't know what Miss Velasco was. I think she was Spanish. I think she was Spanish 2. I think Miss Velasco. I think she was Spanish 2.
Miss Babb Spanish 1, Miss Velasco Spanish 2, Miss Shock Spanish 3.
Yeah, I took Miss Shock for Spanish. She taught us Spanish too.
I love Miss Shock.
Miss Shock was cool.
I really loved all my teachers.
No, that wasn't a teacher. The one that quit. I couldn't stand her. The history teacher that we had in 9th grade.
History.
The old white lady that we had in history class. It was an old white lady we had in history class, and she was so mean. But we was a bad class, so we was used to.
Miss Rippy, I thought she was geology.
It was a history. It was a history type class. Geography. She couldn't stand her, and she quit. We made her quit, and then we had Miss C for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
We had Miss C for the rest of the semester because we got her. We made her quit.
It ain't a weird. I make her do that. I make her like do nothing.
That lady, well, she was mean. That lady was mean for no reason.
Because I think I had a hoodie on. We weren't supposed to wear hoodies. Girl, leave me alone.
Right. It'd be stuff.
I'm just saying like stuff like that. Like, leave me alone. I'm not even talking. Now you gonna make me talk. Girl, get out my face.
That's like you can only wear zip up jackets. It was like, bro, forget that, bro.
Had this hoodie on. I don't care.
It's like, bro, call my mama. I don't care. Well, y'all used to say that. That used to be my.
I remember not backtracking to middle school with Mr. Thompson, and he said, "Hey, I used to stay like, call him. I don't care, because I knew I wasn't gonna get in trouble."
Right. I was like, I'm not fighting.
They sent me to school. They sent me out the house with the hoodie on. Yeah, leave me alone.
Right. That still used to be funny. But who else? I think. Rest in peace. I took Miss Smith for art history.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, Miss Smith.
Miss Smith. I took her for art history.
Mr. Adair too.
Yes, rest in peace, Mr. Adair.
He did a lot for Wooddale, all the grades, for prom, senior years, all the classes, everything. He was an excellent teacher for the school system and the city of Memphis. I used to love Mr. Adair.
Yeah, Mr. Adair, he was
AP art class. I took him for another like general art class, but yeah.
He was loved. I never got to take his class, but I was always around him.
Yeah, or in his classroom, yeah.
Yeah, because I took
teacher like. Even if you didn't take him and you got put out of class or something, he'll let you sit in there. He's like, "No, why you acting up? Like, come in my room."
Right.
And stuff. So everybody like would be cool and mess with Mr. Adair because like you could tell he really cared about like all students in general, not just the students that took him. Like he cared about everyone, and he really like helped all of us and with like activities and stuff. So yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Adair. I love him.
That
He's
hurt.
great too.
That hurt Mike.
Yeah, that
hurt Mike.
Bad.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yeah.
Then who else I took?
I'm glad that I was able to text him, like, cause I end up, I think like Aisha or something. Aisha gave me his number or something because she found somebody on social media. I don't know. I texted him a little bit and he was telling me about like him having cancer and like he was hoping like the treatments and stuff, everything would work and everything. And then like he's like, make sure you keep in touch. And I checked up on him. And then I think like the week before he passed, I was in my parents' house visiting. And I came across my AP art portfolio. So I sent him like some pictures of my work. I was like, I hope this brightened your day and everything. And he was like, it sure did with the thumbs up. And maybe like a few days or like a week after that he passed. And I was like, I was glad I was able to like text him, you know, my work and stuff. Cause like I still, my parents still have it. Like even my AP art stuff, my mom actually had like some of it like displayed in the house or whatever. Cause like sculptures and stuff. But he was a really cool and fun, a great, great teacher.
Yeah, man. Who else I took Mr. Holmes. I took Mr. Holmes 9th grade year too. So I was like, yeah, it was. And then it took Miss J.
I didn't like science classes.
I
mean, J was cool and Miss A were cool teachers. I just didn't like science, chemistry, biology, all that.
That was her name. I talked about her in some of the previous. I could not remember her name.
I think her full name was like Esterman or something like that. But it was
A for chemistry. Miss A for chemistry.
Yeah, I took Miss Hadley in an art class too.
Yes, that was the thing. I'm glad because I remember people by those two names I could not get. Miss Haley, I took her. I took her for art, and I took Mr. Weddle. Mm-hmm. And I love Mr. Weddle class. Mr. Weddle class was so cool.
Yeah, I never took Mr. Weddle, but I used to go in his classroom and talk and stuff.
And same way with Adair, I would never be in his class, but I would just go right next door to his class. So I loved it. And some of the, like I said, I took Miss Flowers of math all them times. I remember Miss Donald. Miss Donald was 10th grade English.
It was something else.
Miss Donald was, it was about time for her to retire. It was about time for her to just go. Then who else did I take 10th grade year? Who? I took Coach Stewart. I took Miss Donald. Who did I take for Miss A? I took Miss A for chemistry. Who did I take? Shit. Who?
Miss Ribbon might have been 10th grade.
She was 9. I remember that. Because 10th grade year, I don't even remember. I do not remember all my teachers from 10th grade year.
I'm saying 10th grade year wasn't really memorable for me. I mean,
I took Mr. Babb. I did take Mr. Babb for Spanish. I did take him for that. And then I took Miss Shipman. I did take Miss Shipman in 10th grade year. So yeah, so that's how that one went. And then junior year was the same thing. Was junior year, that's when I took Miss Brown. I took Miss Brown for history.
I feel like I took Miss Brown. Did Miss Brown have 2 classes, like 11 and 12?
She had, because her and Dr. Terry, Mr. Terry had the 2 history classes in.
Yeah, I took, Dr. T-Rex.
Yeah, Dr. T-Rex. My used to get out of class all the time. He was like, done. And I took class with Lance and them. Lance was so funny in class. So serious. That man was so funny in class. I was like, that's why we didn't want to leave. But then senior, I know I wasn't taking French. Miss Fields, it was a wrap. Wasn't taking her. I took Coach Vickers for anatomy. I took Coach Vickers for anatomy.
I took Coach Vickers for environmental science.
Oh man, talking about science. I remember them. I'm flashback to 8th grade. Couldn't stand Miss Parker. Couldn't stand Miss Parker for physical science in 8th grade. Could not stand her. I couldn't stand Miss Parker. She was mean. Small. But yeah, senior, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, it was fun. Prom was cool. Yeah. But I remember they made us come to school to get our tickets. I was like, y'all making these girls come to school knowing they trying to get their stuff done.
They were being extreme. Because I remember that day, I was nominated for the C Spire Award for an AP Art division or whatever. We had to go to a banquet at the Holiday Inn. So my dad and I went there. But as soon as we left there, I had to go to school to get the ticket and then leave and go to the beach shop, get my hair done for prom. They did a lot.
I was like, y'all making us come get these tickets on the day of prom. I was like, do you know these girls are preparing all day for this?
And then it was raining. I never forget, it was raining that day.
Right.
Prom.
I'm like, bruh, do you not know? I had to go get my haircut, take me in the rain, go get my haircut, come back. I was like, bruh, y'all could have gave us our tickets yesterday. We could have got all our tickets yesterday.
No, what was the point of worrying about attendance the day of prom for seniors? That's weird.
Right. I was like, and I didn't even use the ticket when I got there.
No, they just like crossed our name off at the table. Miss Brown, Miss Jones, and I think Miss Barker.
Miss Barker.
I love Miss Barker.
Miss Barker, she was one of them too. She was firm, but cool. she'll talk with you. She'll talk with you. Man, prom was nice. I mean, I got home at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I think, that night.
It was cool. And Mr. Adair really did a great job of decorating too. We had the masquerade New Orleans theme.
Yeah.
I still got my mask that he made or whatever.
I got the pictures. That's all I got. The same picture of me and you that I got in my phone with the blue on.
But we had good times at Woodell High School.
Woodell High School, it was a time to remember and stuff like that. And like I said, with having Mr. Kyle there, problems still happened, but
it balanced out a lot.
Yeah, it balanced out. Yeah. So
like, because all schools gonna have problems, but all schools are just gonna be off the chain, going crazy and turn. So he was able to get a hold of us and get us together. So
right,
he did a great job.
He tamed us down a lot of that, and then a lot of people, kids got kicked out, kids got transferred. So it was a lot of
back in when they got kicked out, anyways.
Facts.
There was no point in kicking nobody out. You gonna let them back in, but
only a couple of people I knew that got board suspensions stayed on board suspension. Only a few. Now, a couple of them, they deserved it. I ain't gonna lie about that. They deserved board suspension. But some of them, I was like, bro, really? This is what we're gonna do? We're gonna kick these folks out on a he say, she say? That was like, especially when they kicked what's his name out? Not Mario, Tyler, the brother. Rest in peace, Tyler. I forgot his older brother name. When he kicked him out for that football thing, that we was like, bro, that was bad. But anyway, we get to high school, we get out of we're getting close to high school. Senior year, I had so many absences and tardies on my thing because I was never there. And last semester of high school, they gave me office assistant and study hall, my first 2 periods.
I had office assistant. I think it was like midday. Like, I think maybe it was like 5th or 6th period or something.
Yeah, I was like,
study hall. I can't remember when I had it. I just know I had it.
I ain't had to go to class till like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I ain't had to go to class, and that was my shipment class. First class of the day. I was like, y'all gonna send me here first? Because Miss Shipman was a piece of work. Yeah, she was. It was.
We had good times. So.
Yeah. Overall, I had probably most fun at elementary school. But overall, out of all my years of school and elementary, middle, and high school, 8 out of 10, probably 8 out of 10 of enjoying the school experience. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So we applied for schools, like I said, we talked about some of the schools that we applied to or went to. If money ain't an option, what school would you have went to? Dream school.
I would say every school I went to, just out of the fact of like, for like with college and stuff, like the schools I applied for, all of them I got accepted to, but I made my choice to go to MTSU because it was more so it's far enough to get away from my parents, but it's quick to come home just in case I need to get home for an emergency or whatever. And the other schools I applied for, it was a Mississippi State, I did U of M, so my parents could stop asking me about it because they wanted me to stay in Memphis. Mm-hmm. I did JSU because they basically was offering me a full scholarship and also a cheer scholarship to do that cheerleading stuff. But I just did it, but I really didn't want to go there. I did 2 other schools, but I forgot. I used to want to go to Knox, but once I toured, I'm looking like I really ain't into going to UT. Mm-hmm. But my favorite college is Alabama. However, it's crazy because I'm a Roll Tide fan. It's crazy that I didn't apply for that school, and I was like, either I was going to apply for University of Alabama or Mississippi State. I did Mississippi State, but I wasn't going there regardless. But yeah, so after I got all my acceptance letters and stuff, I was like, I just went with MT just because it was close to home, but also far enough to gain independence and stuff. But I honestly wouldn't change it because like the people that I met in college are literally like my lifetime long friends, bridesmaids, all that. Like I could not I couldn't see myself unknowing them. Like I wouldn't want to unknow them, so I wouldn't change the school I went to. What about you?
I applied. I got accepted to schools all across the country. I mean, St. John's, Morehouse. I got accepted to all those schools. I was still fishing for football, looking at football and stuff like that because I had like an honorable mention and second team all district on my resume, so I could get to schools. But trying to get a highlight tape together and all that, that's what took the problems. Plus, my knees was bad. As you see, I had knee surgery sophomore year, so it was just a lot. But I applied to Christian Brothers. I applied to. I didn't even want to stay in Memphis at all. University of Memphis. I think the only reason I applied to University of Memphis because they waived the application fee. So I was like, that's the only reason.
I think they did waive their fee. Yeah, and then my mom and dad, they love for you because my mom and everything they graduated from University of Memphis.
That's the only reason I even applied because they waived the fee. So University of Memphis, Christian Brothers, Ole Miss.
Never want to go to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, Austin P, MT, and UT Martin. Those were schools. Now, if I could go to the school and money was an issue, I had 3 schools that I was thinking about. LSU, favorite school, would have went to LSU. Not really, but it is. LSU would have been. LSU was going to be one. Howard would have been another. And I was going to go to a West Coast school, so either UCLA or USC. I wanted to go out to the West Coast and go to school.
When I was a kid, I used to want to go to UCLA. And then as I got older, I was like,
West Coast, that's all I wanted to do. But those
if I would have went to HBCU, I would have did Howard or Xavier. Howard, Xavier, or FAMU. I think I would have 3 HBCU choices if I would have went to HBCU.
I think I would have Howard, North Carolina A&T. North Carolina A&T. I probably
went there. They liked it. They love this school.
Yeah, I probably would have chose that one. Howard or North Carolina A&T. Or I would have went to probably either Prairie View or Texas Southern.
My brother used to want to go to Texas Southern.
Texas Southern, I would have went to one of them, but Howard and North Carolina A&T definitely been on top of the list. But when I started looking through all the schools, I started weeding them out. I was like, okay, Ole Miss out of there already, fresh off.
One reason I didn't want to go to Ole Miss is literally down the street. I was like.
So I applied, but then I was finna apply. I was like, that was on my list at first. Now I finna apply. Then it was a $50 application fee. I said, yep, not finna do that. Mm-hmm. So that was that. And then right after that, Austin P got knocked out. I was thinking about Austin P at first, but then he got knocked out pretty quick. I knew I wasn't going to Knox. Knox was too big for me, so I knew I wasn't going there. And
I mean, it was fun. We used to go on their little like trips, tours. You remember those? Those things would be turned like all the schools. Yeah, because we went on like maybe 2 or 3 times, and that's how I met a lot of people too that went to other schools on them trips that we kept in touch, and some of them went to college with me too and stuff. But like, I wouldn't really just like, oh my gosh, I really want to go to this school. When I like left from touring Knox 2 or 3 times, I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. And then I went to and then Christian Brothers offered me a scholarship, but I still was gonna have to come out of pocket for the rest of it. So I wasn't even trying that. They gave me a $10,000 scholarship. They gave me $10,000 scholarship over 4 years, so they gave me $40,000. But I still had to come out of pocket another $10,000 a year. So I'm like, man,
we'll go somewhere out of the city or something.
Right. And then I looked at the dorms too. I was like, for these dorms too, I was like, bro, y'all gotta be tripping. They got bunk bed dorms in there. I was like, nah, y'all tripping. It's a wrap. Knew I wasn't going to Memphis, so it came down to MTSU and UT Martin. But I knew majority of the people at the schools going to MTSU or Knox ended up staying and going to UT Martin. Now, my brothers also played a part in this because, like you said, you wanted to stay with Cromwell, Woodell all your life. You didn't want to do it. Me, I wanted to be the transfer student one time. I wanted to go to another school. I wanted to.
I remember the time, not to get off subject, I just make it quick. The time when like they were thinking about like closing Wooddale and sending us to like rezone us to Kirby and Sheffield. I was sad as hell.
Oh,
you remember that?
I would have hated
because I wasn't going to Sheffield or Kirby. I was going to transfer somewhere else. I wasn't going to one of them schools.
I probably would have ended up at Overton. If it had to do that, I probably would have ended up at
I would have probably been in Ridgeway.
That too. One of those two schools is going to be on that. There was no way I was going to Kirby or Sheffield.
I wasn't going to Kirby or Sheffield either.
I told my mom.
I was going to go to Ridgeway.
I was like, Mom, this ain't it. Kirby, Sheffield, this ain't it. You got to send me to Overton. You got to send me to Ridgeway. You got to send me somewhere.
I'm not going to them schools.
Right.
But but back to college,
it was, yeah. So, but nah, they kind of made my decision for me because my mama gave us one transfer rule going to college. You go whatever school you want to, and if you don't like it, you can transfer. But whatever school you transfer to, that's where you stay at. Sherrod went to HBCU his freshman year. He went to Mississippi Valley. He went to Mississippi Valley. After a year, didn't like it, ended up transferring UT Martin. Mike went to Knox. After one semester, he applied for an internship with Disney, got the internship, left Knox, then transferred to Martin during the summer. So, of course, they tell me straight off, you go to UT Martin. And if you don't like it, you can transfer. Yeah. But wherever you transfer is where you stay. So if I didn't stay at Martin, I probably would have transferred to either MTSU or Austin P is where I would have transferred to. But I ended up going to Martin, kind of liked it. The upperclassmen kind of knew me. So all I had to do was meet with people in my grade. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I loved my Martin experience. Oh, I had so much fun. Because the same thing you was thinking, I was like, it's far enough for me to be away from home, but it's close enough for me to get home. It was about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours away, 2.5. So I can get home whenever I need to, and I needed to a few times to get home. So yeah, I was thinking the same thing too, and I love that college experience.
Yeah, college was like literally it's so crazy because my friends and I, like my college friends and I, we talk about it all the time. If I could relive my 4 years of undergrad, like press rewind and do it, I would do it again, and I wouldn't change nothing about it.
I would definitely do it again.
Those are literally the best 4 years of my life. Like I had so much fun, so many great memories, met so many cool people. Like I was very involved, heavy active on campus and in that community too. Like I had a blast. Like I love college. Like even like going back, because I went back to all of our homecomings except for this past year because of COVID and everything. But like I get so excited when I go back and like see everybody. Like I'd be so excited. Like I love my college experience. Yeah. I wouldn't change anything about it.
Yeah.
Like I had a great time. Like college is so fun. It's so crazy because like when we were in the moment, I was like, oh, I can't wait till I graduate. Da, da, da. Like I could have waited to graduate.
Yeah.
Like I graduated in 4 years and everything, but I had a great time. It's fun because even if like people like, would you like move back? I was like, no, not in that area. Just a sense of it'll be different because it's like now we are actually like grown now, so we all in our careers and stuff. So it's not like because when my entire 4 years at college, I didn't have a job, I didn't work. Like I was blessed for my parents to support me the entire 4 years. Like I didn't work at all. So it was just like, hell, go to class, come back. What you doing? Y'all want to go out to eat? Y'all want to go to Mall? Y'all want to go to Nashville? Y'all want to go out of town? Go to Atlanta? Y'all want to just go chill? Like that was a good days. Like I would do that all over again. Same decisions, choices I made, wouldn't change them. I loved it.
Yeah, I worked my sophomore year. My mom and them didn't want me to work my freshman year. They wanted me to get adjusted to college. But after that, you can make a decision. You can do what you do. So a lot of the time, I worked off campus one time. And that was when I was working at Zaxby's. I worked at Zaxby's for like a month. I hated it. But for the most part, my school jobs, I worked on campus. I was a resident assistant, which basically I was front desk assistant. That's all I was doing. I worked in our campus rec for a year. Campus rec, one of my favorite jobs, my favorite job on UT Martin campus. So I was working school jobs and getting food stamps. So I was like, man, I was like, what? And then my rent was already paid up because I paid the rent and refund check. I paid my rent up. So I didn't, all the money I was making was for me. And I was like, and then I was getting food stamps so I could cook. So I was like, I'm just living. I was like, I ain't got to do nothing. And I wouldn't switch to college life for nothing. I was there 5 years and I enjoyed my 5 years of college. It was because when I got there as a freshman, I said once I saw how many hours I needed to graduate, I said, I'm never getting out of here. I'm never graduating. Then I blinked and it was 2017 and I got 35 hours left. I was like, bro, that's like 2 semesters. What the hell going on?
Yeah.
And I was like, it was tough.
I've changed my major 5 times while I was in school. I changed my major 5 times. I graduated in 4 years only because I took 18 hours from freshman, second semester, all the way to like junior year, last semester of my junior year. So I took 18 hours. Like I was like 18 hours. I was part of like 7 organizations. I made it happen and everything. And also I didn't have a job too. So it's also probably made it a little easier because I didn't have to work. But yeah, so like I just kept changing my major because I was majoring in stuff that I didn't like just because. And then I actually found something that I actually liked. And so
I was like, you made change 5 times. I was like, God, look.
Yeah, I did. Like I started under Claire and then I changed. I did some science. I did like some education. And I did all the media journalism stuff and all that. But I probably skipping some. But yeah, I changed my major like 4. I'd say 4 minimum. But max, I really like 5. Because I used to go to my counselor or whatever for like our schedule stuff. And I remember because like as I changed my major, you get a new counselor. But I would still go to my old lady because I used to love her. My old
yeah, I did that too.
Counselor. Yeah, that's counselor. Yeah, I used to love her, but I changed my major so many times. I just took 18 hours from freshman year, second semester, all the way to my junior year, last semester.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change nothing about college. I loved it.
I'll take the bare minimum. I was taking 12 to 15 hours. Some semesters I had 17, 18 hours, but for the most part, it was either 14. It was 14 to 16 hours a semester I was taking. Because they said you had to have at least 12 to be considered full time.
Full time, yeah.
So I remember I dropped the class. I was like, man, and it left me at 13. I was like, yes. So I'm a full time and I can get in, get out. I stayed on campus 1 year, and that was my freshman year only because it was a requirement that freshmen had to stay on campus, and unless you lived within the school
in the area,
yeah. Other than that, you had to stay on campus and you had to have a meal plan your freshman year.
Yeah, I remember I stayed on campus 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year. Then my junior, senior year, I moved off. I had meal plans. I had meal plans all 4 years.
I canceled mine. After my freshman year, I canceled my meal plan.
At my freshman year, I had like the unlimited meal plan. My sophomore year, I had unlimited too. And then my junior and senior year, when I moved off campus, I had like, I forgot what it was, but it wasn't unlimited because I lived off campus. I wouldn't be there as much. But I mean, it came in handy because we had like good restaurants. We had Popeyes, we had Chick-fil-A, we had Pizza Hut.
I know. Trust me, when I used to come visit y'all and we would go eat, I was like, this must be nice to have. We had 3 damn places in what we ate. And
yeah. We had Dunkin' Donuts, Chick-fil-A, Subway, Pizza Hut, like a hibachi Japanese restaurant. Yeah, we had a tortilla type place. We had a Steak and Shake. And we had Panda Express, plus the little Japanese restaurant. We had a Panda Express. And then we had 2 big cafeteria buffet places. And then we had 1 actual restaurant that was named after like our school mascot or whatever, like Raiders. It was Raiders something. I don't know. And they sold like buffalo, chicken tenders, hot wings, burgers, and stuff like that. Like it was our food. It was fine. They took care of us. So
we didn't have shit.
That's what everybody was like, MTSU got like some of the best food at the schools in Tennessee, like all the restaurants and stuff.
We had nothing. Yeah.
I remember you came and visited us once. That was our freshman year. Y'all stayed in my apartment. Me and Aisha place.
That was fun.
We had so much fun.
We had so much fun that night. That shit was funny. Then we ended up going in the cafeteria the next day.
Yeah, we had so much fun that day.
We did. It was so much fun.
It was crazy because we were all like piled up in all our room, me and Aisha's room. So we had pillows and stuff all over the floor.
Right, Claudia came in before she.
Yeah, she stayed in the same apartment complex in the same building as Aisha and I. So she just came upstairs.
Right, and we was all over there just acting the fool for.
Yeah.
I'm talking about 3 o'clock in the morning before we go to sleep.
It's crazy because I still got all those pictures and videos and stuff.
I think I got 1 or 2 pictures in my phone.
I got all of them. I keep all of them.
Man, I was like, man, I ran into Didi and I was like, bro, my niggas. I was like, that weekend.
Everybody came up that weekend. That was fun.
That was a fun time. And we was already there. I feel like me and my brother was already there for, was it homecoming? It was something. Well, we was already there.
I don't think it was our homecoming yet. I think I just came to visit.
I was with my brother, so we was down there for something, but I forget why we was down there.
Was it anything art related?
No, not Mike, Sherrod, my oldest brother.
Oh, Sherrod.
We was down. I can't remember. I really don't remember what I was doing down there that weekend. But all I know is he was down there and he dropped me off, and then I was like, "Yep." And then he came and got me next day after we left the cafeteria. But I enjoyed it. It was some of the best times I ever had, man. And college, when people say college is the best time of your life,
it is.
They not lying. It
is. Like it's crazy because like in my church and stuff with the youth ministry, like talk to the kids and stuff, they be like, "Oh, I can't wait to get done with college." I'm like, you all stop saying that. Enjoy your 4 years because they're gonna fly by so fast. Like I remember it. Like it seemed like yesterday, 2013. My parents dropped me off and everything. It's crazy. Like those 4 years flew by. 2017, boom, I graduated. It's crazy. Like you all enjoyed that because you're gonna when you get out of college and you become a real adult, like paying like bills, rent, and all this on your own. You're not having a roommate and stuff like that. Like living on your own. Like you're gonna be like, dang, like I'm actually grown. Like man, college was fun. Like I could just literally talk about college all day long. Like I had so many fun. I had so much fun. So many great memories. Met so many great people, and I met like real lifelong friends. Like I loved it. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't even. Like I said, I wouldn't if I had the option to change my school, I wouldn't change it because I met too many like cool people.
Me too. And I'm talking about real bills. I'm talking about these apartments and stuff like that. I mean, you have to pay for them. Don't get me wrong. But I wish my apartment was what I paid in college.
Oh yeah, me too. Like my rent was nothing when I was in college compared to my rent I'm paying now.
I spent $500 max, $550, and that's including rent, electricity,
furniture, cable,
Wi-Fi,
all of that. Like now, it's crazy too because you know, like when we stayed with our parents and stuff, like you knew they had bills, but you're not paying them, so it's not like really just affecting you. Then when you get on your own, you know you have to pay them, and it's like, dang, like
that $550, and I was like, and you learning, I get paid this day, so I'm gonna pay this, and I'm gonna pay half of this, and next payday I'm gonna pay this, and I'm gonna pay the other half of this. You got to be able to budget. I learned how to make $10 stretch for a week, 2 weeks. Learn how to make a stretch. I learned to make $20, $5, make all of that stretch. Luckily, I had friends that were working in the cafeteria and working at some of these food restaurants that was like,
doesn't mess with you.
Yeah. That was like, bro, just come in, I got you. Or like, especially before I worked at Zaxby's, my homies worked there, and they was like, hey, you want some of this chicken that's left here? Yes, bring it to me. And I get a meal for the night. I mean, it saved me. So it was, you learn, the struggles are actually not as bad as what it would seem like. you realize
everybody together.
You realize how strong you are.
Yeah, and everybody in together. Like I feel like in college, like college is different from just like regular school, just out of the fact that, like, you know, when you were in school, you had people like, I ain't doing my work, I don't care. If you're going to college and you're paying for it, I don't know too many people to just sit there and not do their work because they don't care. Like, everybody wants to do their work. Everybody, a college student, most people either working and not making a lot of money or not working at all. So it's like, I don't know, it just seemed like a different type of, it seemed like it seemed like your college friends really your family, especially when you're not at home. Like, you can call your parents, but you can't just run over there and talk to them, or your aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, or whatever. It's like your friends are like now your extra family because they see you go through different stuff that you're on your own. So
yeah, I mean, it's a good chance. My best man is I met in college. My best man, I'm probably gonna have for my wedding. I met in college. My groomsmen are gonna be my line brothers and my two real brothers. I'm like, these people I met in college, all of them is gonna probably be in my wedding. It's like
that's the same
people,
That's the same for me. I feel the same way for the bridesmaids and everything. Yep.
It's so because they see me at my lowest and they see me at my highest. So it's like we all was in those cubicles struggling to study, trying to pull all-nighters, trying to get every extra credit assignment we can get just so we don't fail this class.
I want to sleep in the library.
What? Man, 24-hour library.
Because you know me, because I go to sleep early. Like, if I ain't doing it, I'm knocked out. I'm going to sleep early. Like, shoot. Like I was saying before this, I was like, man, Rashidi, like, it's late or whatever. I was like, I'm going to stay up and do it. Because I mean, I'm tired right now. But I'm saying, like, in college, woo.
Oh, you just believe I'm gonna be after we get off with this, I'm gonna be chilling.
I'm going straight to sleep. I'm out.
Yeah, but I mean, college, I met some of the greatest, even in my fraternity, even with my other friends and other ones and stuff like that. It was such an eye opener because you learn how strong you really are, and then I tell people too, you find out who you are in college. You think you know yourself when you get out of high school, you don't. It's a lot that happens, good, bad, and different. You're gonna fall out with people, and you're gonna fall out with people in college too. It's like it just happens. You learn how to get through it. Yeah, life. You learn how to get through it, and I'm like, school. Like I said, I made school harder than what it was. I was just being on your own, and after going to school every day, Monday through Friday, Monday through Friday for like 15, like what, 10 years? 10, 12 years. You going to school every day, Monday through Friday, seeing the same thing. You get to college, and it's not even that bad. You get to college, you like, I set my own schedule.
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah, we have, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday. That's our schedule went.
I like Monday, Wednesday, Friday because it's not long, but I don't like it because it's on Friday. So a lot of times I make my schedule Tuesday, Thursday, but your Tuesday, Thursday classes, your hours would be longer. But
yeah, I always, the way I try to split it up, I either had 3 Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes and 2 Tuesday, Thursdays, or I had 3 Tuesday, Thursday classes and 2 Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. That's how I did it. And then my Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, I try to be done by noon. That way I'm chilling on Friday.
Yeah, that's true. Same thing. And if I didn't have Friday classes and didn't have Monday, party, it'd be like weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days. Just sometimes I'll go. Well, when I was young, I think my freshman year I went home more than as I got older. And of course, when I had my own place, I didn't go home as much. But
I never went home. My first semester of college, I had no Friday classes. I was done at 3:45 on Thursday, and didn't have to go back to class till noon on Monday. So I was chilling. But no, I never went home. one Mike was already up there, so he never went home. I never felt a reason to go home. I knew kids that was going home on the weekends. Every weekend they going home to Memphis from
Yeah,
Martin.
I didn't go home every weekend, but I did go home.
I was like, I didn't feel the need to. I was like, Mom, Dad, I love y'all, but I've been around y'all enough. I'm good. I'm straight. I don't have to do it. And then during the summer, I used to get summer jobs, so I wouldn't go home. I was like, that's the main reason I got summer jobs. So I just like, nope. And then once I started working on campus, the jobs were year round. So I was like, I'll come home for like a weekend or something, or I come home for holidays. I'll come home. I'll come home for a weekend, like once a month. I'll come home a weekend. But I wasn't trying to come home because once you get that taste of being on your own and it's affordable, you like being on your own. You was like, man, I ain't trying to come home. Now I got to deal with your rules when I come home. I ain't trying to deal with your rules.
Because you're so used to being on your own.
Yeah. I could come home at 3:00 in the morning and not hear anybody's mouth.
But yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Come home to your house, you ain't there by a certain time. I was like, no. That's why I stay away, because I ain't trying to deal with that. I'm trying to roll in at 2:00 in the morning and go in my bed messed up and go to sleep.
But yeah, college, that was a fun and great experience. I wouldn't change it.
I wouldn't change it for the world. None of the people I met, none of the people I lost, I wouldn't change it for the world. Because it taught me more than what I ever thought I knew. It taught me so much. And I'm glad that it was able to help all of us out. It was an eye-opener. It definitely was an eye-opener.
Well, we made it, Rashid, from kindergarten to college.
We did, though. We made it. Literally made it. But yeah, we made it through. As you see and you heard from her earlier, she's a graduate in 2017. I graduated in 2018. So at the end of the day, we had fun, we partied, we went out, we traveled, we did everything. But at the end of the day, we both got what we went to school for. We both got that degree. So that's something that we take pride in, because being young African Americans, they don't expect us to do a lot, and they don't want us to get no education. So we stepped up to the plate and did what we had to do. And now we doing what we got to do out here. We working. I'm doing my YouTube and stuff, trying to build this up, and out here working. She's out here working too in her field. So as long as we out here being healthy and working, what else can we ask for?
Shout out to everyone else from Waddell class 2013. Proud of y'all, regardless of what y'all doing, where y'all at.
So, right. Because at the end of the day, it's still our love, still Cardinals at the end of the day. So hey man, be out here, be successful. That's all we can ask for. Yeah. But what's up? Hey man, I can't believe I actually got you on, but it is what it is.
I mean, I'm glad. I know it took a while. We've been like so busy with work and stuff, but
that's that grown man and that grown woman. That's what it is.
Yeah, yep. I was like, I know it's a little late. I was like, I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna go to sleep. I was like, I know I canceled once, but I was like, go ahead and make it. Yeah.
Whenever you tell me something, I already know if it wasn't happening, you would have did it. That's why I was like, if you cancel on me, I know it's a legit reason. I know you ain't canceling just to cancel. Yeah. But once again, y'all, it's your boy Neva Sheed. I want to thank my sister for coming on. I want to thank Kellye for coming on and talking with me. She know I miss her, and it is what it is. She know I love her. It's always gonna be all love at the end of the day. Till we keep going, and we're gonna keep going till these wheels fall off. You know how it go.
I would love you, and thanks for having me. I'll keep in touch.
You already know we'll keep in touch. If she wants me to put her socials in at the end of this video, I might do it, might not. But I know my sister, so it probably won't. So I will. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to another episode of I'm Just Reminiscing. Once again, I want to thank my sister Kellye for coming on and talking to me from elementary school all the way through to what we're doing now. We've been successful out here, and that's the best way to go. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. My YouTube channel, all my content that's coming out is new content every week. Got a new debate show that's coming out. I just want you guys just to take this ride with me as I ascend up. I got about 140 subscribers right now, trying to get to that 200 mark and just keep going from there. But once again, this is your boy Neva Sheed. I'll catch you guys again next week on another episode of I'm Just Reminiscing.
See you later.
See ya. You feel me?